Rajni Jai. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mummy Ba. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mummy Ba. Happy birthday to you. बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, बार बार दिन ये बार बार दिल ये गाए, तुम जी हजारों साल हमारे साथ सदा साक्षात, यही है मेरी आरज़ू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे डियर मम्मी बा. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे डियर मम्मी बा. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. सजानन राजनी जय जय जय. हमारा स्मृति बहन ने गाई है हमें. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे सोमैबा टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे डियर स्मृति बहन. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear Smruti Ben. Happy birthday to you. बार बार दिन आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, तुम जियो हजारों साल हमारे साथ सदा साक्षात, यही है मेरी आरज़ू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. Happy birthday dear Smruti Ben. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday dear Smruti Ben. Happy birthday to you. Sajanand Swami Rajni जय जय जय. आज के आनंद की जय जय जय. सद्गुरु देव की जय जय जय. सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपोनी जय जय जय. सरस महाराज. लो बेटा आप. सरस बेटा. हैप्पी बर्थडे. So while we have ice cream, can we go back last time what we had talked? Yeah.
Sadhak Swami Maharaj ji, just in the Beno Sabah, we talked about Sabah's birthday. Sabah's birthday.
That's all. Okay. और भाइयों में कहीं तभी तो बेटा
I'm after we were in Atlantic City about it.
આપણે એલાની સીધા અહીં આગળ ભાઈઓ મોત તમે હતા બધા કંઈ યાદ છે ઓલ ટુગેધર અબાઉટ સોનાબા So today, next two Wednesday, Laku and I will be out. So you guys continue next two Wednesdays also. Is there any topic that we want to talk today? Any question today or anything to discuss?
We just had it at the restaurant.
Nothing, nobody, no, anybody, any question today? Yes, beta. From Sibir you had a question, right? Oh, from your home. Thank you, beta.
So John Simon asking Jay. My question is like, how do you keep balance between trust and like someone's like protection? Like for like example, say like a friend, their parent like hurts them, abuses them, right? And like say like for example, right? Your friend, their parents hurt them, like abuse them, right? Right? So
Parents do what?
like they hurt them. It's like
Oh, abuse. The
Okay.
parents abuse the
Yeah.
children?
Yeah, and they said not to tell anyone, right? So you either keep your secret, or you tell your parents so they can tell the police. What would you do? Like, how do you keep that balance of keeping your friends' trust, but also making sure they're safe?
Oh, so let me understand. Somebody who is a little child, 10 years, 15 years old, right?
Yeah.
And that child is abused by who?
Like it's an example, like by their parents.
Huh?
Like if they, by their parents.
By the parents.
Yeah.
And the parents tell not to tell anybody?
No, the kid, because like if the police find out, their parents will be taken away, right? So do you keep their trust or do you tell the police? What would you do? How do you? Where's the balance?
Okay, so parents are not forcing that you should tell police or you should not tell
No.
police.
Like it's an example. Like your friend tells you this what's been happening, but they tell you not to tell anyone. What would you do? Would you keep? Would you
Oh,
keep? Would you keep
okay.
it?
So let me understand. Let's say you have a friend.
Yeah.
That friend is getting punished by their parents,
Yeah.
let's say. And he is telling you to not to tell anybody, but now your question is that should you tell police or should you not tell police? Is that the question?
Yeah. It's an example. My question is, how do you keep balance between trust and safety, like your relationship of a friend?
Right, right. So, but am I putting that thing in right perspective that
Yeah.
you have a friend?
Well, it's like the friend is just an example. It's like,
Oh, I know.
but
I know, but let's say you have a friend and he is abused by his parents,
yeah,
both mom and dad, both?
dad.
Dad only. And then he is telling you this, that, or she is telling you this, that my dad is abusing me. Is that he or she, you think?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think it could be anyone.
No, I just want an example, I'm not saying
He.
it. Okay. So he tells you that my dad is abusing me, my dad is beating me, Okay? But he's telling you also not to tell anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, the trust is that he said that don't tell anybody. And the safety is that it's your duty to tell to the right authority or someone who can help, right? That's the point?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we talk maybe in group or you want my answer?
I like yesterday I talked to Pinto about it, but you can ask others if you want.
Yesterday you talked to Pinto Bhai?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to rephrase the answer Pinto Bhai gave, beta?
He said like if you give him like, if you like your like the love, like say like the like he gave like another example. Say like they're doing like a bad habit, like a cigarette or something, and they love that thing, like, right? So you have to show more love than that, so they can overcome it. Or do you bring them into like better company or like stuff like that? Like basically, the affection you show them should be stronger than what is happening to them.
So for bad habit, it's a good approach, But abusing
I don't
parents,
know.
beating, then what? You didn't talk that part? Why? You didn't tell him that part?
I told them like,
He told you?
I think I tried to answer the question, but we went into that topic.
Okay. Well, first of all, if your friend, again example, Jasam Narayan, Jasam Narayan, Jasam Narayan. So first of all, if your friend is being abused and he does not want you to tell anybody, What is his purpose of telling you? Did you figure it out?
He probably wants me to tell someone.
He wants what?
Like, the only reason why he told me,
Huh?
like, you said, what was his purpose of telling me? He probably, like, wants to be saved, but, like,
You are stuttering.
hmm?
You are stuttering. You are not answering full.
I'm trying to think of, like, the right.
Hmm?
I'm, like,
What is his intention of telling you, but at the same time,
I think, like, his intention of telling me is, like, to help him stop, like, getting abused. But, like, not to the extent where he loses his parents. Like,
not the extent to
losing his parents.
losing the parents. Okay. So, what are the options that he thinks or you think would be appropriate? Let's start with him. What are the options that he thinks, by telling you, but not hurting his parents, but stopping his parents not to do that? What does he think, that by coming to you and talking to you, what help would he get?
I don't know. Like, if he, like, comes to me, he can, he thinks that probably, like, maybe my parents can help like, calm them down or something like that. Or,
Let's start with that, beta. If he thinks that by telling you, you tell your parents, and then your parents talks to the boy's parents to help cool them down, right? But do you have that kind of closeness that your parents and the other boy's parents are very good friends?
oh,
Do they communicate well?
I hope so. Look,
Well, let's take two options. One thing that they would communicate well. Other option is that they do not communicate well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If they communicate well, when your parents talks to his parents, what would be the first reaction of that boy's parents about your parents?
and, like, the parents know, like, that my parents know. that
Yeah,
they-
you have told your parents.
Oh, how do
Your
you,
parents go and talk to the boy's parents.
they'll probably
What would be the reaction of that boy's parents?
like, wait, how'd you know? And start looking at the son.
Right? So now
They'll be even more angry.
they would be maybe more angry, right? Is that a good thing?
Oh,
Let me put another two options on that. Your parent are smart to bring it out that their son has told you and you have told your parents. Is there a way your parents can come out with a system, a method, where they would be able to help?
they can, like, they don't have to, like, state it, but, like, they can, like, indirect, like, they can, like, put little hints, like, when they speak something, or, like, say, like, they bring up, like, a topic at the dinner table or something like that. They can, like, how, like, how to respond, like, how to have better communication with their child, or how have a happier family, or how you make your kid listen to you, stuff like that. And that those hints can probably get into their mind and probably change
Mhm.
abusing their child.
Right. So this is one way to approach, to help your friend. Does that make sense? It is still risky. Because the habit is gone too far that parents may not stop right away. Even your parents would tell, right? Now, there are other options, that you create a love factor. Your parents creates a love factor with that boy's parents and tells them to come to a place like this in satsang. They can also tell, that we don't do that to Sahaj Bhai, Have your parents abused you?
My parents don't abuse me.
Right. And your parents can say that because we have come in this satsang, we have learned that to not to abuse our children. So if you come also, you will benefit also. Then if they come, then they would benefit a lot. Because now it's not coming from an equal level of friend to friend, but it is level that the God helps them, Divinity helps them. The second thing is that if your parents go and do satsang related talks there, to the boy's parents, and then talk, then their level would be not on equal friend to friend, but some spiritual level, So we have to bring the spirituality in to help those parents, Now let's go to the next option, that your parents don't know the boy's parents. How do you handle that now? The boy told you,
But I didn't tell.
and you hoped that boy has told you to tell your parents to somehow talk to his parents and not to take to the police, right? But the problem is that your parents do not know the boy's parents. So how do you do that?
Like, probably, like my parents, if I tell my parents, they can probably, like, tell me some things I can do, and I'll tell the son.
What
Like-
something?
Like, some, like, maybe like advice to how to handle this kind of situation.
Okay, what would be the advice?
Well, like, I think the advice would depend on why the kid is being abused. Like, is he doing bad stuff? Then the advice would be, act good, and probably they won't hurt you. But if he's acting good, I don't know what the advice would be.
Now let's say your friend is doing bad things. Do you know that he is doing bad things? You don't know, right?
No.
So let's go back to basic question first. We are going, into a lot of details on the other side, but let me go back to the basic question that I was going to try to maybe, get more into that. When a boy comes to you, your friend comes to you, and he says that, I want to tell you something, but I want you to keep secret. Right? That's how he would say, right?
Yeah.
What should be your reaction?
What is it? What do you want to tell me? I'll keep it a secret. Just tell me.
Then you are taking a lot of burden on you,
That's true.
right? You don't know what he's going to talk. Not only that, but he is just putting a restriction on you
So I don't tell anyone.
that not to tell anybody. And here you are in the same dilemma that now it is a trust versus his safety, right?
Yeah.
So what should be the right answer, when he is saying that, I want to tell you something, but you don't tell anybody else?
I would either say, tell me what it is first, and then I'll make the promise, or is it good or bad, and then tell me. Like, is the secret a bad thing, or is the secret a good thing, or stuff like that. Or tell me what the secret is, and then I'll see if I'll keep it a secret or not. Because like what you said, it gave me a restriction to not tell anyone. So
Then you are under the bondage.
Yeah.
You are under his, promise. So that was a good way you said. That you say that you tell me first, but I will decide whether to tell somebody or not later on. Right? That is a good way to say. Even in my thinking, the better way is to say is that you first ask him the questions. That why you don't want me to tell anybody while you are telling me. Right?
Yeah.
If you tell me, then it is no secret. If it is so secret, why are you telling me?
That's true.
Right? That should be the
First question.
first statement, or question. Even higher than that, if you are not interested in inviting troubles to yourself, you tell that friend that I am not the person that you should tell me this, because I don't know whether I can help you or not. So, maybe you want to tell somebody else who can help you. Otherwise, you are wasting your time and my time. Right? And then let him decide, whether he wants to still tell you or not. And even one step higher than that. And that's what I use. Whenever somebody comes to me and says that I will tell you something but you don't tell anybody, my first statement is that don't tell me. I am not going to keep up this promise to not tell anybody. Now this is at the equal level, okay? If Swami Dada comes to me and says something, don't tell anybody, I will not say that to Swami Dada, right?
Don't tell me.
I will live to that promise, because I have so much high respect, right? But I'm saying, on the equal level, right? And it has happened to me, because where I am, a lot of people wants to come and tell me things, right? And they want to put me the conditions that don't tell anybody. And right away I say, please don't tell me then. I have no interest in keeping that thing in my mind and not getting the sleep. Losing my sleep. I don't lose sleep at all. Okay? So first step is that you first want to not get under the conditions
Restrictions. Yeah, no restrictions.
of your friend. That's one option. The second option is that you talk to your friend that, okay, if it is appropriate, I will tell the appropriate people, but I will keep you in the loop also. And I will get your, permission that if that can help you or not. And I will try to help you, because that is why you are coming to me and you are talking to me for a help. And if there is something which is beyond my condition, then I will have to go to the authority. I have to go to the, right place to help you. And it could be as high as, telling police and losing the parents, right? But the boy has to understand. Now, you don't have to call police, but you have to convince him that when your parents are abusing, you start with the warning signals, not right away 911, That if for no reason if they are abusing, then you first tell your parents that this is not right. You being my parents are not fair with me, So, if you do it, I will have to take some steps. I will have to talk to my teachers in the school. That's how you start, And let teachers decide, And teachers' job is, that they have to call police. Hmm? So, what is your definition of Indian? Okay, you narrow down from Indian to Gujarati now. And but if those Gujaratis are US citizens, then what? Right. Those are more things, that I'm trying to come, But I want to understand when you say that if it is Indian or Gujarati versus non-Indians or no, but is there, and I don't know, I'm just asking, is there any legal problem that if, let's say there is American friend, and American friend tells him, now, since he knows now, and let's say first thing he does not do anything, is he under any difficulty problem? Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. No, but I want to find out, why we should not deal with non-Indians and non-Gujarati versus we should deal with Gujarati and Indian. Mm-hmm.
like even in Indian situation also, first of all, better that you don't get into.
Right.
Because, yeah, let other people who are capable take care of it.
Right.
અને if it comes to the parents, rather than એટલે એના પેરેન્ટ્સના કોઈ વડીલ હોય કે ઈ હોય ઈ એની હારે વાત કરે ફેમિલીમાં કે એવી રીતે તો સારું પડે rather than our own parents getting involved.
So the right answer is, that we should not get involved, period.
એ તો છે જ.
Either Gujarati, non-Gujarati, Indian, non-Indian, etc. So that was the first area, of our, answer, or our, reply, beta. But if you still think, that you have a good friend and that friend needs help, and you told that friend that, okay, you tell me first, then I will decide, whether I will be able to help or I will able to keep your, promise or not, So that's next step, In that next step, when your friend tells you that my parents are abusing me, my parents are beating me, now you have one question to him. And what is that question to him, to your friend? Well, beta, if you are eating, I'll just talk, then you just listen. I was just trying to get more from you, rather than more from me.
So, like, if my friend came to me and asked me that thing, what might be my first question?
No, your friend came to you and says that I have something to tell you, okay? But don't tell anybody else. So, one option is you don't listen. But the other option is that, okay, you want to listen with this, your condition, saying that I cannot promise you that until I know the problem.
Yeah.
And after knowing the problem, I will try to find out the best solution, whatever I can. And I cannot guarantee that I will help you, but I will try. So that is your approach. In that statement, now your friend tells you that my parents are beating me, my parents are abusing me, right? So once he says that, what should be your first question to your friend? Well, let me tell you better. You should first find out that when was the last time your parent abused you? When was the last time your parent beat you up? Find out when.
Fine.
It was 1 day ago, it was 1 week ago, it was 1 month ago, 1 year ago, you don't know, right? So first you focus and get that detail when that happened. And let's say he says that yesterday. And now the next question you should ask is that why your parents did that to you. Now your friend has a choice to tell the truth or to hide the truth, right? And let's assume that he is telling the truth. And he says that my parents have bad habits, smoking or drinking or whatever, And let's take one example, okay? Drinking, okay? So, my parents are putting liquor and wine in our refrigerator. And they saw me drinking that from the refrigerator. And that's why they beat me up. So now, who is wrong? The kid, right? Parents are wrong also, they should not have in their home. But maybe it is 10% parents and 90% kid, because he is still at your age, should not drink, and hiding and lying and drinking, So if that is the case, what would be your answer to your friend?
Is it really?
that he was caught drinking.
Like, is it really your parents' fault abusing you? Like, should you have drinking the liquor? Should
Right.
you have even though your parents drink it, should have you? Aren't you a young age, stuff like that? Because it was his fault,
Right. So then it's not
the parents' fault.
parents' fault, it's your friend's fault, right? The other scenario is that parents may be mad because he's not getting good grades and he's wasting his time on computers or iPhone or iPad or things like that, or chatting on phone with people and not getting good grades, and parents are upset. And he says that, my grades were bad. Yesterday, parent found out, that's why they were beating me up. And now you are a friend going to the school together, right? So what would be your answer to that? Because he got bad grades.
He got hurt.
Huh?
Continue. Because he got bad grades, he got abused.
His parents were mad, and he was, calling phone or, doing something else other than homework,
I think it would be the same percentage, 10% the adults, 90%, because while that time was doing all that talking and being on his games and everything, he could have studied and picked up his grades. And the parents are only mad, they're just trying to teach him a lesson, but they didn't have to go to the extent where they have to hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
So the question would be did you have to waste all your time on the iPod or games? Couldn't you have studied a little bit more?
Right. What is more important?
School or games,
School
which was
or
more
games,
important?
right? And if the boy says that, Sahaj, you also play games, why can I not play games?
But I keep up my grades. I don't go down. Even though I play games, I still study. I don't miss my homework. I still get good grades.
Okay. And he says that, okay, you are smart, so you can do both. But I love calling people. I love playing games. I'm okay with my C's and D's, What is wrong? If he argues like that, what do you do?
He likes to play. He likes to call people and likes playing games, and he's okay with his grades. Wouldn't that be his fault then?
Whose fault?
Wouldn't it be the kid's fault?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't care.
He doesn't care, that is his fault.
The
right?
parents are only supposed to try to push it,
Yeah.
trying to motivate him, or
Yeah.
not motivate if they keep on hitting, but push him, but he doesn't care. So it's
Punish, Punish him for not getting good grades, right?
It would be his fault.
But what would you do? What would be your actions or reaction to that, to your friend,
I would say you're messing up your life. You should finish school first because you can always play that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because school's more important.
But then he comes back and says, Sahaj, do you play, Then why can I not play? Okay, you get A's and I get C's and D's, but I like it.
I don't know.
You don't know? Let's say, if he's your good friend, very good friend, would you help him by saying that, okay, What if I stop playing the games? Would you stop?
Yeah, I guess I would ask that. I could cut down a little.
Because I have to tell you, you are not. It's not coming from you yet. Playing game for him is a problem. Talking to people on phone to him is a problem, right? For you, it is a problem, but you know how to manage the problem, right? So you have to go one step
At time.
further to help him.
Further.
Just like a person who does not know how to swim and fell down in the swimming pool, deep swimming pool. He's at the bottom. You know how to swim.
So I would go down and help him.
You have to go down to his level
Oh.
at the bottom to bring him out, right? You cannot shout on the ground, say, come out, you know. Right? You have to be at his level also. So, my thoughts are, my advice is, that if you tell him, assure him that, okay, even though I get good grades and I play the games, I will give up for you until you get your good grades,
Or maintain it.
Because you have come to me for the advice. This is my advice, that your parents then will not abuse you. Right? This is all I can do for you, I can go this far, I will give up my playing of games,
Just
for you, But then you don't cheat on me that I stop playing game and you go home and you play games, right? You have to be, honest with me, right? And if you have a desire that I want to play the game, give me a call. Let me know before you break the promise, right? That way,
I can try to stop you from playing.
he will maybe change, right? So this is how far you have to go as a friend, what I'm saying. Now let's take the third scenario, that your friend is getting good grades, your friend has no bad habits, and your friend's parents have bad habits. That for no reason they need somebody to beat up. And this boy is their guinea pig. That he gets abused for no reason, for no good, And he says that there is no reason that I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not doing anything bad. On the other hand, I'm helping even at home. And still, my father is so mad at me that he hits me, Now what is the approach to that situation?
I would tell someone at a higher authority because I wouldn't know how to handle that. Because he's a good child. The dad just has the urge to beat someone. I would tell my parents or tell police because for no reason he's hurting someone.
Mm-hmm. That's one option.
Oh yeah.
But the other option is, that you have to prepare your friend for the right approach, right attitude. And the preparation is, that for no reason if they are beating him up, then he should stand up and start with the low profile, First profile is saying that, please, I have not done anything wrong. Don't hurt me, Don't abuse me.
So like those warnings, and then if they
Right.
keep
First
on
you go
doing
to the
it.
warning. The warning is not honored and if he does that again, now you can tell your friend to tell his parents that you are doing it without any reason, even not listening to me. Now I have to go and tell my
Teachers.
teachers. And let teachers handle, right authority handle that, And there are cases, beta, here, that even not telling teachers, teacher find out, there are blue,
Like
marks on
bruises.
your body, on your face. Then teacher would ask the boy that what happened? And boy has a choice.
Either tell the truth.
Tell the truth or hide the truth, right? He can hide the truth, and that's up to him. But you have given the right advice, right? To go to the right authority. Not 911 yet, okay? Let's say he tells the truth and says, my parents beat
Abuse
me up.
for no reason.
So then teachers would take the right steps, Because by law,
The
teachers have to report. Same way, in the church, by law, the church leader has to report. Even here, if somebody comes and tells me something, I have to act. I cannot hide. But if somebody does not tell me,
Then you want.
then I have a choice. Even though I know, until there is no complaint, I could not go to the authority, or I could wait until that problem comes as a complaint, But the whole bottom line is complaint. When a complaint comes, we have to react. We have to do what is right. Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so far anybody has any other questions or thought on that?
His friend can go and approach his uncle or auntie or someone very close relative, approach them and tell them to get involved, because they are very close relatives, so they can talk with his parents.
Yeah, that's a good point also, that
Right.
have boy go and talk to his other relatives. But if those relatives are siding with his parents, then it's 11%. Jai Samnarayan Jaimal ji.
Yes, Guruji. I have a question. Today is second situation. This is people, they Swaminarayan too. The one man said, you should, I should take care of his wife and drive tomorrow to the hospital. Because I told him, I have a wife, I'm not supposed to take care of your wife. Or I'm supposed to take care of.
Okay, we will hold on to your question. Let us finish this question first, huh? And then we will come to your question. Is that okay?
Thank you, Tinkerman.
Okay. It's not just you, everybody has a bunch of questions, So if you want to handle one at a time, huh? Are you listening on the conference line properly? Hello, Jaimal ji.
I'm listening in the conference. I don't know.
Okay.
Should I stay on the phone or in the conference?
Well, my choice is, conference, if it is okay and clear, right? Because we are still talking on our Sahaj Bhai's question. When it comes to yours, then we will
talk on the phone,
Thank you.
Okay, but since in your heart you want to have this phone going on, it's fine also, we will leave that phone on, huh? I will put you on mute, huh? So, where were we? Anybody has any other questions, that we want to clarify before we go further? Nice question, beta. Okay. So now going back and finding out that the parents are for no reason doing this, and your friend is going to tell the parents, that if you do this, I will go and talk to the teacher,
That's after if they don't honor his firstborn.
Right, but there is another option. The boy would say that, Sahaj bhai, no. I know that if I tell my teachers, they will call the authority and I will be in trouble. Right? So he doesn't want to do that. So how do you help?
I would pray for him. That's one thing.
Good.
I would. He knows that the teachers would have to call the authorities. He probably doesn't know. Probably the church pastor doesn't have to call the authorities. So I might make him do that if he doesn't know. Try to bring, like you said, try to bring them in the satsang.
Yeah, if he comes in satsang, divinity will help. If he comes in satsang, he would find better answers, You pray for him, he would get vibrations, So you can, talk to your friend and say, okay, like I'm happy because my parents are coming to satsang and they are not abusing me, and you and your parents, if they come, we will help you in the satsang. Right? You can go one step further, and if you are going sometimes to your friend's home, and if his parents are knowing you also, then you can go and tell his parents, that would you like to come, to our satsang, right? You can tell your parents to tell boys' parents also that would you like to come to satsang, See, this one will not offend your friend's parents to come to satsang. It would offend them if you tell them that we will tell the teacher or we'll call the police and these things like that, Knowing that they have their crude nature, their bad habit of beating up their children, if they keep coming to the satsang, they will change. They will get on the right tracks, So the best approach is, prayer and help bring them to the satsang, So, does that satisfy your question? Anything else you need to know on that more? You are good. Are you convinced that you can talk to your friend to come to satsang? Okay. Then are you convinced that you can talk to the friend's parents also to come to satsang? Okay. Very good. Very good. I think it's getting 10:30, and our Jaimal Bhai's question. Can we just hold on to that, and maybe next Sabah you can talk also, beta? Call him, and try to help him, And
એક કોઈ જ વિચાર કરવા જેવો છે કે sometimes what happens is let's say authority do get involved અને પછી જે સિચ્યુએશન થાય એ પણ આપણે જાણવું પડે કેમ કે you may be from frying pan to fire કે what happens is then your case goes into system if the father is let's say given some kind of punishment mother cannot handle the family and if mother is not there or probably mother is abused too then children then father is the wage earner in the family and then the children can get into a lot of trouble and if they get into foster system then they are totally lost especially in America those things it's better that the child becomes stronger and એનું એંગર અને એનું જે ફ્રસ્ટ્રેશન હોય એ કાઢી શકે તો એ બેટર છે રાધર દેન પેરેન્ટને કેમ કે એના ફાધરને સુધારવા જવા કરતાં ચાઇલ્ડ પોતે સ્ટ્રોંગ થાય એ વધારે સારું થાય કેમ કે depending on that case.
But how child would get stronger? Parents keep beating up, how would he get
નહીં
stronger?
એટલે સત્સંગમાં આવીને જ સત્સંગમાં આવીને જ
So we are not encouraging to call authorities
Right,
or police
right.
first,
right.
We are encouraging
Because
with other
children
options
always
first, yes.
children are always instructed that if there is any problem you tell your teacher or you tell an adult or you tell a policeman. Police is your friend and all that.
Right.
But as we know from that case in Cleveland or whatever, so, things can be really seen in a different light by third person.
But the thing is, that those parents who are abusing, they know the laws also, and still they do it. Right?
As you said, that if the drink is involved, it could be, totally different situation.
Right.
Because you are dealing not with a person, you are dealing with a sick person.
Right. And for that the laws are there, Yes, there is a price. But
Yes, but in
the laws are there to protect the innocents, protect the poor,
But it doesn't work that way because the system is not still made to help out the children. System is still...
No, I think they send it to the foster parents.
Yeah, foster parents, but foster parent situation in Chicago is very, very worse. First of all, how
Well,
many...
I don't know that, maybe, but...
Right, yeah. Because first of all, there are no Indian foster parents.
Right.
So naturally, they'll be going to...
Whoever this law
Right.
assigns, yes.
Right. And
But
that
that
situation...
is the best law
That is
can
the
do,
extreme situation, so...
The law has to do its own way,
Yeah.
They have good intention,
Right.
The intentions are not bad, They have at least good plans, compared to India, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Now the problem is, that would the parents and child benefit from this, It is yes and no, It depends, Now, maybe what he is telling, the parents may not be that bad, But there are really bad parents, And they really, do bad abusing. So for that, maybe authority is the answer. I mean, we want to try to help both. But when they come to the satsang, and if they don't change, then shame on them, I mean, they would have to pay the price. When they come to satsang, and if they change, then, happy go around, they are okay.
Another thing is that when the friends are involved, like especially middle school, 10 to 15, the spending time with other friends helps out a lot, because first of all, parents usually allow them to stay out till 10, and if they go to a good family, like let's say Saja's family, and the child can vent out his frustration, as well as he has something to do, a better environment to go to and all that. So the friendship also helps a lot in that situation.
Right?
So that's
Yeah. It is not simple, it is very complex. But,
a lot of factors.
right. ચાલો 10:30 થયા 10:30. So, thank you for coming.